Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for class today. We are going to be using a resistance band for the entirety of class. So go ahead and grab your mini loop band. I'm using a medium level difficulty one, so use whatever feels good for you. And we're going to get started on our upper body. So go ahead and wrap your resistance band around your wrists, just below your hands. Make sure that the band is nice and taut, and we're going to start with our hands straight out in front of us, a little bit of just a micro bend in your elbows, and we're just going to start pulsing out nice and slow. The key with resistance bands is not allowing the resistance to snap you back into our beginning position, but really moving nice and controlled, really intentional movements, a lot slower movements when we're using a band. So just go out as far as you feel comfortable. You're going to start to feel this in your shoulders, in your deltoids. Keep your core nice and engaged in this position, moving at your own pace. We're just kind of starting to warm up that upper body. We're breathing. Great job. Definitely start to feel the work a lot quicker when we add in a resistance band. Great job. Let's just do a couple more, and then we're going to take this overhead. So let's go ahead and bring our arms overhead. Again, keeping the arms straight with just a little bit of a micro bend. And we're just going to do that same motion overhead, where we're just separating our hands a little bit, moving slowly, especially as we come back to our beginning position. So we're not letting the resistance snap our hands back. We want to keep tension on that band through all of these exercises. This is definitely very difficult very quickly. If overhead is a little bit too much for you, you can always bring it down more in front of your face. So it's a little less intense for the shoulders. Keeping your neck nice and long. Great job. Let's just do one more. Now we're going to change the position of our band. So we're going to grip the band in one hand and then grip it in the other hand so that our palms are facing away from each other. We're going to bring them overhead, and then we're just going to pull our right arm down and then back up to the starting position. So we pull single arm, just keeping a good grip on those resistance bands, only going down as far as you feel comfortable, and definitely keep a micro bend in the elbow of the straight arm so we're not locking out that joint. Great job. Keep breathing. Take a break if you need to. Let's do a couple more and then we'll switch sides. Great. All right. Kind of adjust your grip a little bit, palms facing away from each other, and switch sides. So just bringing it straight down, driving your elbow down toward your side. Definitely feeling the burn so much in my shoulders. Make sure you're not arching your back to compensate for the work in your shoulders. Keep that core engaged, and we're breathing. Neck is nice and long. Just do two more. Moving at your own pace. Great job. Whew, my shoulders are shaking a little bit. Okay, we're going to do our tricep triple pulse. So we are going to go back to putting the resistance band around our wrists, except we're going to put it behind our back. So right below your hands. I want us to start with our palms facing up toward the sky. So I'm just in a kneeling position here and I'm hinging at my hips. You can still be down on your feet if you'd like to, but we do want to kind of bring the upper body down toward the mat a little bit. So Make sure that the resistance band is nice and taut, and then we're just going to pulse up, up. Oh my God, these are killer right away. All that shoulder work we were doing. Go nice and slow at your own pace. Long line from your hips through the crown of your head. Great job. Okay, keeping the resistance bands in the same position, we're just going to rotate our palms so that our palms are facing one another now. And we're just going to pulse out, out, out. Again, I will say this a lot through class today. Remember to move in controlled, intentional movements. We want to keep our joints safe today as we're challenging them with this resistance band work. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Let's do a couple more. Great job. Now we're going to shift our palms again so that the palms are facing down toward the ground, keeping that resistance band taut, and we're just going to pulse down, 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 trying to keep a little bit of a micro bend in that elbow so we're not locking out the joint, especially in this position with the palms facing down. You'll notice the resistance band has to stretch a little bit more in this position. We go 3, 2, 1. Fantastic job. Oh my goodness. That is an effective burn for the arms and the entire upper body. We're going to move into our core work now. So we'll just come to a seated position with our legs straight out in front of us. And again, we're going to keep the resistance band on our wrists right above our hands. And we're just going to sit up nice and tall here with our legs straight out in front of you. You can flex your feet or point them, whatever feels comfortable for you. So we're going to make sure that we stack our spine so that our shoulders are directly over our hips. We're going to engage our core, and we're just going to have our hands out in front of us, palms facing one another, and just keeping that resistance band taut. It doesn't have to be super stretched out, just keeping it so it's not limp. We want to keep it nice and tight, and we're just going to do some spine twists in this position. So twisting from the waist, not the hips. We just twist side to side, really wringing out those obliques. Your neck is nice and tall, sitting up tall through the spine. So we're not moving our hips. We're not letting our feet move here. This is all coming from your waist. Really squeezing out the obliques. Keep that resistance band nice and taut. So we're getting some shoulder work in at the same time as we're working our obliques, because there's no way for this resistance band to not just continuously be working our bodies in one way or another. Great job. Let's just do one more on each side. Keep your band taut. Keep having to remind myself of that. Let's scoot down toward the bottom of your mat just a little bit more, and we're going to bend our knees and glue our knees together, our toes together, and we're going to do some half roll downs. So again, keeping our arms in that same position as they were, palms facing one another. And we're just going to do a little bit of a pelvic tilt here. So we're going to tuck our tailbone under as we lean back using the strength of our abs, creating this C shape in our spine. Remember, your legs are pressing together, and then we curve all the way back up and stack the spine straight. Keep that resistance band taut. We tuck the tailbone. Hold for a second, and then we roll right back up. These are half roll downs. Keep going at your own pace. I want you to imagine that there's energy shooting out through your fingertips, pulling you up forward, stacking that spine. Only go as far back as you feel like you're about to tip back over, and then come right back up. Warming up that core. And I'm telling you, my shoulders are really working through this whole thing. We're still breathing. Very good. Next time we're back in the half roll down. I'm going to adjust myself a little bit. We're going to stay back here. Oh, I'm going to bring my arms down for a second. My shoulders need a little bit of a break. We're going to do some Russian twists, and I'll give you a couple different ways to do this one. So you can either come back down into that roll up position and just tap as far as you can to one side and then the other, while keeping the band nice and taut. If you'd like to advance it a little bit, you can bring your legs up to tabletop. Adjust my stance a little bit here. You can bring your legs up to tabletop and do the same thing with Russian twists. So pick your level, and we're just going to do a few of these because I know our shoulders are really getting pretty fatigued here. Okay, so we just twist and twist. If at any point any of it becomes too much, like my hip flexors are not loving that tabletop position right now, we can bring it back down. We're moving slowly, not just throwing ourselves from side to side, but really moving intentionally with controlled movements. Squeeze your legs together. Make sure you're breathing, and we're twisting out that spine. Moving in rotation here. Great job. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. Last one. Great job. Let's go ahead and roll all the way back down. So we are flat on our mat, and we're going to bring our hands overhead. You still have your resistance band wrapped around your wrist here. Long legs. We are going to squeeze our legs together. So your legs are glued together, toes are glued together, and we're just going to do some roll-ups from here. So I'll show you a couple ways that you can do this with the resistance band as well. So we're going to bring our arms overhead, let your head and your shoulders follow, tuck the tailbone, and then roll all the way up until your spine is stacked. Another way you can do this is you can take your resistance band and wrap it around your foot just below your toes. And we can do bent knee in this position. If you feel like roll-ups are a little bit too hard for you, this is a fantastic way to progress safely into doing roll-ups. So I want you to straighten the leg that we have the resistance band on, and take your opposite hand is going to be holding the resistance band as well. And we're just going to do the same motion where we lift our head and shoulders, we tuck our tailbone, and we allow that resistance band to help us up. And we won't come all the way up. We'll kind of stop at a half roll down position here. You can use both hands on the resistance band if you'd like, whatever feels comfortable for you. This is a great way to progress into a full roll up. So keep your legs glued together, and you're going to reverse the motion where we tuck the tailbone, and then we come all the way back down, keeping that leg in the same position the entire time. So we lift our head and our shoulders, tuck the tailbone, and roll up. Don't be pulling on the resistance band so much that it's doing all the work for you. It's just there to assist you. So as you're building your core strength, this is a great tool to use to help you do it safely. Tuck the tailbone, all abs. The band is just helping you. Great job. And if you're ready for a full roll up, by all means, you can put the resistance band around your wrists and do full roll ups that way. But this is a great way to progress. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So we're going to wrap that resistance band around the other foot, straighten it, and we'll start in our lying position here. Head comes up, shoulders come up, tuck the tailbone, and we curl all the way up until our spine is stacked and nice and flat. Then we tuck the tailbone and slowly roll ourselves down vertebra by vertebra. Glue your knees together, squeeze them together. Head and shoulders, pelvic tilt, and up. Keep going at your own pace. super good for your core strength, building the deep fibers of your muscles as we slowly control this move up and down. Remember to breathe. Great job. Let's just do one more. I think I'm going to switch to doing a full roll up here with the resistance band around my wrists. My legs are squeezing together. Great job. That's also a great option even if you're able to do a roll up on a regular basis, but today you're just not feeling quite as strong or your abs just aren't quite feeling doing full roll-ups. It's totally okay to do modified versions of exercises to fit where your body is feeling today. So next thing we're going to do is move to the lower body. So I'm going to wrap this resistance band just above my knees. I definitely suggest wearing long pants when you're using resistance bands in your lower body because it can kind of pinch the skin a little bit, a little uncomfortable. So we're going to come down and rest your head in your hand, and I want you to kind of scoot back so that you're lined up with the back of your mat, and then my resistance band's already a little bit curled up here. We're going to bring our knees to a 90-degree angle. So that 90-degree angle from our chest to our thighs, and then 90-degree angle from our thighs to our calves here. Okay, so what we're going to do is just lift up our top leg so that it's hip height. So I'm not trying to go super, super high, just till it's hip height, making sure that the shins are parallel to one another, the thighs are parallel to one another, and then we slowly bring it down. Great job. So this is just going to kind of warm up our side body, our side booty. We'll do three shapes in this position, and then we'll do the same 3 shapes in a 4-point kneeling position. And then we'll stretch it out. And we're done for class today. Make sure you are really engaging through your glutes. I'm feeling this in kind of my underbutt region as well. My hamstrings. Make sure that your shins not all wonky like this, because that's going to minimize the work. We want to make sure that shins are parallel to one another. You're breathing, your abs are engaged here. Great job. Moving slowly. Next time we get it up, we're going to add a little leg extension. We flex the foot and push it away from us, and then back in and close. So we open, we kick, bring it back in, and close. If it's a little bit too much for you to combine those 2 moves, you can either keep going with the open and close or just kick it out and bring it back in. Whatever your body is feeling today. Remember, your abs are on in this position. It's going to help you with your balance. We're breathing. That booty's really starting to work here. Great job. Next time we get it out in that leg extension, we're going to hold it and just pulse it up and down. Really trying to lengthen through that leg, really thinking about what muscles are working here. We're really focusing on the glutes and the hamstrings. If you'd like, you can point your foot, whatever feels good to you. Think nice long lines through your leg. Go 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Pat that booty out. Amazing. All right, we're going to switch sides. And we're going to do that same thing on this side. So line yourself up with the back of your mat. Rest your head down in your hand. We have a 90-degree angle between our upper body and our thighs, between the back of our thighs and our calves. And we just start with those little lifts and lowers, 90-degree angle. Really try and pull that top hip back so that you're not collapsed forward. We want to do everything we can to maximize the work that we're doing. Abs are on. Mackie, go for Tippy. Can you come over here? Good boy. Whew. Second side, it's always a little bit more challenging, but don't let yourself compromise on the work because your body knows what's coming. All right, next time we get it up, we're going to add that leg extension and then bring it back in and close. We open, extend, bring it back and close. Move at your own pace. You're still breathing. We're thinking elongating through our limbs. You are strong and so, so capable. Really engaging through my core. Whew, oh my goodness. Great job. Next time we get that leg extension out there, we're just going to pulse it up and down. Small range of motion. Doing a great job. We lift, lift, lift. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Oh my goodness, pat that out a little bit. And then we're going to move into our 4-point kneeling position. And like I said, we're just going to repeat those shapes. We're going to start on the first leg that we did. So I started on my right side, so that's what I'm going to do for 4-point kneeling. So we have a nice, long, stable spine. If your wrists are a little tired, you can always come up onto your fists. All right, so we're going to start with our donkey kicks. So we're just going to lift out to the side and then bring it back in. Our resistance band is in the same position, right above our knees. You can point your toe. Try not to shift. So I'm working my right leg, like I said, so try not to shift over to the left. We're really trying to keep everything still except for that working leg. Only open it up as high as you're able to while keeping proper form, while not shifting around a bunch. I'm engaging my core a lot to help me lift that leg. Remember to breathe. Great job. Now that we have it out, we're going to extend the leg, bring it back in, close. We open, extend, bring it back, and close. I had to reset my form there a little bit because I found that my spine was dipping a little bit. Make sure that your spine is nice and stable. Your abs are on. Neck is nice and long. Trust me, I know this is super challenging, but it's good to challenge ourselves. It's good to do hard things. We're metabolizing our stress. We're showing our body love through challenging it, celebrating that it can move the way that it does. Next time we have that leg extension out there, we're just going to pulse it up and down, up and down. Don't arch your spine. Don't dip your spine. Abs are on. Push away from the mat with your hands. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Oh my goodness. You can sit back in a child's pose, stretch that out for just a second. We just have to do that on the other side, and then class will be done and we'll stretch it out. I'm doing amazing. Okay. Flipping around, I'm working my left side now. Alrighty, we'll start with those donkey kicks. So we open and close. Open and close. Everything is on. Abs are on. Booty for sure on. Our glutes, our hamstrings. Remember to breathe. Great job. Don't lean over into that right side too much if you're working your left leg. Put more weight into that left hand. Great job. Next time we get it up, let's extend it back, bring it in, and close. We open, extend, and close. Moving at your own pace. If ever this is too much, take a break, take a little breather, reset, and do what you can. Do what feels good in your body today. This is super hard and you're doing a really, really good job. Whew. Okay, hold it back. We're gonna do those pulses. This is the last thing that we're doing. Get out of your shoulders, press the mat away from your upper body. Don't arch your back. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing job. Push back in a child's pose. Let your head sink down to that mat. Oh, deep breaths. My muscles are quivering. Amazing job. Let's go ahead and flip onto our backs. And we're going to use this resistance band to stretch out a little bit as well. So you'll just be flat on your back. And similar to what we did with those roll-up progressions, I want you to loop the band right under your toes and just use it to help you stretch out the back of those legs. So I'm not really able to lock out my leg in this position comfortably. So if that's you, don't worry about it, but just kind of it helps you pull your leg a little bit closer. We want to keep as much of a neutral spine as we can in this position, so you have a little bit of a gap between the mat and your back. You can see that I'm kind of grabbing the resistance band right in the middle section of it. Deep breaths. Think about that muscle that we're stretching, that hamstring, that booty, and breathe into it. Great job. Go ahead and switch sides. You can either extend the bot or the opposite leg long, or you can keep it bent, whatever feels good to you. And we're just breathing. You did a great job today. Did a good thing for your body and a good thing for your mind. All movement is amazing. Great job. We'll just do a couple more stretches. We're going to do a figure 4, a seated figure 4 stretch. So go ahead and place one ankle on top of the opposite knee, flex the foot, and then think about bringing your chest up closer to your legs. Think about your side booty muscles, your hamstrings. Really think about those. Breathe into them. See if you can stretch a little bit deeper. And switch sides. Opposite ankle goes to your other knee, and we push our chest up toward that leg. Great job. Last thing we'll do is just stretch out our shoulder girdle, because we did do a lot of shoulder work in the first half of class. So I want you to bend your wrist at a 90-degree angle and then place your wrist right in the dip of your waist, right below your rib cage but above your hip bone, right on your side body, and just gently pull your elbow forward. And you'll feel this in your whole shoulder girdle area. This is great for shoulder mobility and shoulder strength. I love doing this one on a daily basis. You'll feel it in the front of your shoulder, kind of that whole shoulder cap region. Don't pull it more than it's comfortable with, but just a gentle pull forward. Let's switch sides. So 90-degree angle in the wrist, and then we place that wrist right underneath our rib cage above the hip bone on the side of our body, and gently pull the elbow forward. I would love to know what you thought of today's class. If you'd like to see more resistance band exercises, let me know. Or if there's any other equipment you would love to see a class for, just let me know and I would love to create those for you. All right, well, amazing job today. Very proud of you. Thank you so much for joining me for class, and we'll see you in the next one.